We are in the last week of Big Data Bowl before submission on Monday. So Monday we all submit. This is our team meeting we've been having the entire Big Data Bowl season. So 3 months of these calls. It's been a pleasure to own a team of such outstanding and accomplished data science people.
Nick, can you hear me, Nick?
Oh yeah.
All right, I'm going to have to keep this one quick. I'm at an internet cafe in Milan, Indiana, home of the 1954 basketball team that inspired the Hoosiers. The connection's terrible, but Nick, we fucked up.
What happened?
The team fucked up. I don't know where to start. I guess let's begin back at Boxing Day. As you know, I was up in Point Clinton, Ohio, and when I returned, I was hitting the high divide heavy. I was slapping the satchel. I realized that we only had a couple weeks left and a lot of work to do. And so high divide, which, gives you the energy to produce superhuman output and productivity, please buy a case of high divide at highdivide.com. But anyway, I had this plan that I was going to drink high divide and work for 20 hours with only a 20-minute power nap every 20 hours. It's called the 20/20 plan. Lots of people are talking about it on the internet. It goes perfectly with high divide. You'll see it in like the Reddit forums of like, how do I be a super productive alpha male? It's called the 20/20 plan. I guess let's get this out of the way. The apartment you rented for us in Indianapolis, we did have goats at that apartment. And I was using those goats as an alarm clock. They have very coarse tongues. And so what I would do is I would pass out right before I fell asleep. I'd just pour high divide on my face. And then I built a dog door that the goats could come through. Like I custom cut out a hole in the door to the Airbnb so the goats could come in and they would lick my face, and that would be my alarm clock so that they would wake me up.
Okay.
The problem is, I think the landlord had enough, and he may not have notified you, but we got kicked out. We got kicked out of the Indianapolis apartment while I was trying to. It happened maybe 4 or 5 days ago.
But I just paid for January.
Oh, and you are not getting your deposit back. The landlord made that very clear to us when we got kicked out. I mean, that's why I'm not in Indianapolis right now. That's why I'm in Milan, Indiana. If I couldn't have the goats as an alarm anymore, we needed to come up with a different plan. Data Dude bailed. He said he was going back to Puerto Rico. So Ghetto Bob convinced me to sell the server farm that we were running out of the Airbnb, which is what we spent all the money on, because we were running a Sprite coin operation, which was another reason we got kicked out of the Airbnb. So we sold those servers, and we got enough money to buy a $50,000 coffee maker. And so we were kind of living on the streets of Indianapolis, but we ordered that. We had to go pick it up at a UPS store, though. We didn't have a car. We're homeless in Indianapolis. What are you going to do? Well, because we're part of the Indianapolis Colts, we thought we could borrow DeForest Buckner's Bugatti because he's also a member of the Indianapolis Colts.
He's a real player
of the Indianapolis Colts. Yeah, he's a real player on
the Colts.
The quote-unquote official Indianapolis Colts, but we're also kind of members of the Colts, so we figured we could borrow his car for the night.
Okay.
We borrowed his car. After that, I'll be honest, I don't remember much, but according to the police report, we drove that Bugatti through the storefront of St. Elmo's Steakhouse at 3 in the morning. Now, totaled the car, made an absolute mess, but thankfully, Ghetto Bob and I were completely unscathed. And the goat we had in the back of the car, because we didn't have any place to take our goats, was also fine. So we hopped on the goat. We made it to the UPS store by 6 a.m. when they opened.
Can you ride goats?
It's a specific specific type of goat. I'm trying a new variant of high divide, something more Scandinavian, maybe a little bit more protein packed for the fitness buffs out there. So I've got these Norwegian mountain goats that we rode. We made it to the UPS store. We got our Shotmaster Pro, rode the goats to Milan, Indiana, and now we are back on the 2020 plan. It's just Ghetto Bob and I. We're just pounding out content. We're pounding out results for this project, and we're getting a lot done. But recently lost our access to the Starbucks in Milan, Indiana. They've kicked us out. So now I'm at an internet cafe. I only have enough money to pay for 15 minutes. I got 7 minutes and 42 seconds left on the screen. We're definitely going to get this done. Also, they might kick us out before this time's up because I've been drinking so much Heidevei. I have something called Mundgrudrunch, which is like the German word for bad breath. I mean, you can tell I'm at peak performance right now, but I gotta say, we could be in a better place. We could be in a better place 5 days out.
I'm looking at this picture of what looks like a espresso martini. What is this?
We got the coffee maker, but I still have some Heidevei I packed up with us from the apartment. We've been mixing Heidevei and espresso, and I gotta tell you, my heart feels like it's gonna burst out of my chest at any moment now.
What is that, like chocolate on the rim? What is this drink?
We're taking the crunched up espresso grounds because we need even more caffeine, and we're baking them and kind of recrystallizing them and then putting them on the glass so that we can eat the leftover espresso grounds while we're drinking the espresso Heidevei.
So when the note came through that Nick Wann's Indianapolis Colts are grinding, it wasn't work related, it was coffee related.
It was espresso beans mainly. Mainly we're grinding up coffee beans, espresso beans, really anything that can go in this $50,000 coffee maker. I mean,
$50,000!
You got to use it. You want quality, you got to spend money, right?
How far away are we on the project? Like, what's Monday looking like?
Edo Bob and I don't sleep for the next 5 days, and we can figure out how to contact Data Dude in Puerto Rico, and we can get a hold of Tim, and we all work for the next 120 hours straight, and we get an intern, and I get access to SAS. We might have a project. I have faith in us. We have the Shotmaster Pro. We have Heidevei. We can do anything.
Can you promise we're gonna have a project submitting on Monday?
I can promise we will try to have a project submitted on Monday.
Okay. I am counting on y'all to pull through. I am cautiously optimistic.
All I'll say is whatever you do, don't throw a drink in an opposing Big Dateable team's fan's face. I got to go now. There's a guy named Gumper who is an 85-year-old man who says he has my computer next. My time's about to run out at this internet cafe. So I'll drop. Go Big Dateable team. Bye.
All right. He left the call. He is not on the call anymore. So apparently what they're working on this coming week is the Big Data Bowl. I guess that makes sense since it sounds like they don't have a project. So that's really fun for me. The blockers for this week are the Big Data Bowl in general, I guess. Thanks to whoever put that slide in there. I put the slide in chat for everyone who's in here, everyone who has watched our meetings over the past 3 months. For everyone who is interested, who came through the YouTube, if this helped you kind of get going or see a little Big Data Bowl or see a little of some really strange team dynamics along the way, good luck to Sam, Tim, Jordan, and Ghetto Bob as they submit their Big Data Bowl project on Monday. We will be live 8 p.m. When's the submission time? All deadlines are at 11:59. Right, UTC. So that would be Not midnight for me. It'll be midnight 5 hours from me. So 7 p.m. for me. We will go live at 8 p.m. of course. No real action items other than do it. Finish it, submit it. Please God. If you do end up waiting this stuff, you now have to defend that in the write-up.
You know what Tom Petty says? The waiting is the hardest part.
True. And real. True and real.